All right, let's talk about the art of assembly. And I mean, it's way more than just slapping some parts together, right? It's a super precise process where every single move, every little step is absolutely critical to how things turn out in the end.
So that really brings us to the big question here. What does it actually take to build something right? Not just so it looks okay on the outside, but so it works perfectly, flawlessly, and is truly built to last. The answer, as we're about to see, is a mix of precision, care, and a really disciplined process.
Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, it all starts with the blueprint. You gotta realize every single component, every little part has its own journey to go on before it even gets close to the final product.
And that kicks off Phase 1, preparing the components. Look, before you can even think about building anything, you have to lay the groundwork. A clean start? It's not just a nice idea. It's absolutely essential for a build you can count on.
So first things first, we've got to deal with the enemy, contamination. You might be looking at a part that seems clean, but even a tiny invisible bit of oil or grease can be a total disaster. We're talking about stuff that can mess up adhesives, ruin a seal, or even make you torque a bolt wrong, and that can lead to catastrophic failure down the line. That's why a thorough washing followed by a complete drying isn't just a suggestion, It's the absolute non-negotiable first step. No shortcuts here. All right, so our parts are sparkling clean and ready to go. Now we get to the fun part, Phase 2, the tools and the build. This is where we finally start to see something take shape. Every single assembly, no matter how complex, is built on a frame. Think of it as its skeleton. This frame is the foundation, the main reference point for everything else. And get this, if that frame is off by even a tiny little bit, like a millimeter, that tiny error just gets bigger and bigger with every single part you add, making a perfect fit at the end pretty much impossible.
And of course, you can't build anything without your toolkit, right? You've got your fasteners, screws, bolts, nuts. These are the things that literally hold it all together. And then you have the tools that make it happen. Your screwdriver, your wrench. They aren't just for tightening things. They're designed to apply a really specific amount of force. Using the right tool for the job isn't about being fast, it's about making sure every connection is exactly as strong as it needs to be.
Okay, so anyone can tighten a bolt, but now we're moving into Phase 3. And this is where the real artistry comes in. Perfecting the fit. This isn't about brute force at all. It's all about finesse, making all these separate pieces work together like they were born to. And the very first step to that perfect fit is alignment. Without it, you've just got parts fighting each other instead of working together. Just picture gears in an engine, right? If they're misaligned by even the tiniest fraction of a degree, they're just going to grind, create a ton of heat, and wear out way too fast. So proper alignment, it's like the invisible foundation that makes everything last.
And that good alignment, it leads us right to the proper fit. It's all about finding that Goldilocks zone, Not too tight, not too loose, but just right. If it's too tight, you're just creating friction and stress. Too loose, you get all sorts of vibration and instability. That perfect fit is what guarantees everything runs smoothly and reliably. So how do we get there? How do we nail that perfect fit? Well, it's all about adjustment. This is where the real skill comes in. We're talking about those tiny, subtle corrections. A little turn here, a careful measurement there. That's how you dial in the alignment perfectly. Honestly, this is what separates a pretty good job from a truly great one. Okay, we've prepped our parts, we've built the structure, we've made our adjustments. You'd think we're done, right? Not even close. The last phase, Phase 4, isn't really about a physical action. It's about something way more important, a mindset. It's about responsibility.
After all of that hard work, there is still one final, mandatory step, and that is the quality check. This isn't just a quick glance over. It means you are rigorously inspecting every single connection, every single fit, every function. It's the final proof that every step you took before this one was done right.
And this, right here, brings us to the absolute core of it all. The most important tool you have isn't in your toolbox, it's in your head. It's a mindset. It's understanding that this task, it's your responsibility. When you own the outcome, when you take real pride in making sure it's perfect, that is what quality is all about.
So I want to leave you with this question to chew on. And it doesn't just apply to building something, but to pretty much anything you do. Is the task just done, or is it done with responsibility? Because the difference between those two answers, well, that's the difference between something that just works
and something that's truly exceptional.